Okay, thanks, Don Hewlett, Gav, Steve, Brain Trust here. We're gonna we're gonna discuss the Sox pitching depth or the lack of it. Uh, Both Henry Owens and Brian Johnson are certainly underperforming this year. Owens had his shot at the big team, couldn't keep people off base, too many free bases, really had terrible outings. Johnson, we just found out the other day, is now shut down because of anxiety disorder, some kind of anxiety disorder, and who knows where he's going to go. So with those two guys down, um, what can we expect from the Sox pitching staff, the way it's currently composed, and with the people in the minors that they have? Steve.
Well, I don't expect a lot from the people in the minors. I think they have a pretty solid core of starters at this point. If Joe Kelly continues to do as well as he's doing, well as he did the other night, and certainly is thank God Price got fixed by Pedroia,
Amazing.
the pitching coach, and but I think Stephen Wright is going to. I don't see him doing what he did his first couple of months, but I think he'll be a solid performer on that staff. If we get Eduardo Rodriguez back healthy, I think he'll be a strong asset to the staff as well. Buchholz is going to be Buchholz. He's one good game, 3 or 4 bad ones. One good game, 3 or 4 bad ones. That's the way he's pitched. So I'm looking for the Sox. I don't expect a lot from the minors. And I look through the roster and I see a couple of possibilities, but I think some of these guys need some experience under their belt before they're ready to even look at major league.
Yeah, and the guys that they had come up didn't perform.
Absolutely. So I'm looking for them to make a move, and I see Blake Swihart certainly as major trade bait at this point.
Mm-hmm.
He's one. There are probably a few others. I just hope they don't do anything stupid.
Well, they got Alan Craig. They got
Alan Craig.
You just have to eat some money.
If
you want to move those guys and somebody's interested in them.
Yeah.
What do you think, Gav? What's the pitching going to be like?
I think it's not bad now, but I think when we get in July, we're really going to find out what we got. And I think other than Price, I think the rest are question marks.
Well, as it's currently composed now, you have, if you include Kelly, you've got 5 starters, and the only backup, the 6th starter right now, is Eddie Rodriguez.
Yeah.
So what happens when Buchholz takes his summer vacation and he's injured again, as he always is? Then you got 5 guys, and after those 5 guys,
isn't there a starter in the bullpen? Was there somebody that starts?
Matt Barnes. They've converted him. They want him to be a late innings guy because he throws hard. But yeah, as a starter, he was so too.
Well, they're going to need him as a late innings guy because they lost Smith.
Oh, yeah.
So
for a year?
Well, no, he's. But I don't expect big things out of him. I think he's going to be one of these guys that's perpetually hurt. He's got that arm and elbow
got that
issue.
Crazy slot herky-jerky motion.
And I'm guessing he's Tommy John candidate.
Yeah. And he had like 70 appearances for Seattle last year. Talk about overusing a guy. That's the same thing as Koji and Tazawa, the last few years. So yeah, I wouldn't count on Carson Smith. But as far as the starters go, we don't really have anything, like you said, in the minors. That according to a couple of talk shows, they said that this guy Espinosa and Coppage are the 2 best pitching prospects in the minors, and they're 2 to 3 years away. So really, the only way you're going to upgrade is the trade. And I'm thinking Sonny Gray. He's on a 15-day disabled list now. But pitching for the A's, he can't be all excited about pitching for the A's and that team that's going to lose 3 out of 4 games every time they play. So even though he's having a down year, maybe he's a guy you could get. Actually, the guy who pitched against Kelly the other day, Salazar, he's a young pitcher, throws really hard. And the Indians also have Carrasco, who's a nice young-looking pitcher who throws pretty hard. So I think Dombrowski's going to get out the old trade hat, Trader Dave, and he's got to really make at least one move, if not two, to get a few pitchers into the system that would be somewhat ready ahead of 2 or 3 years from now. Because one more injury and it's over.
There's also Big Game James out there too. James Shields.
Oh yeah, he's been terrible though.
Yeah, I know.
Even in the National League.
Who's he playing for? San
Diego.
San Diego. Again, there's another team that's hard to get up for any games you mentioned, but yeah, I don't know. I don't see him being the answer. I'd go for a younger version. You know, it's too bad they couldn't pry away one of the Mets pitchers. That guy who's coming back from Tommy John, he hasn't even pitched yet. Is it Wallace or somebody?
I don't know.
They expect him back in June. But there's got to be some young pitching options out there that are in the majors now, not coming to the majors, that we should be able to tap into. And think about, like you just said before, the trade bait. You know, you got Alan Craig, you got Rusney, you got Marrero, you got Swihart. You got a lot of open parks there that you can trade as long as you're willing to eat some money. And at some point, they're going to have to do that.
Yeah, you know, what also concerns me about this whole trade thing too is I think, and you're right. I'd love to get rid of some of that money. I'd love to get rid of the guys that are deadwood on the team. What are you going to get for those guys? And if you give up some of your young talent, we don't have a lot of young talent in the minors.
Right.
I can see, except way down.
Right.
So the upper levels, you know, Portland and Pawtucket, we don't have. They're not. There's not anything really outstanding there. And if they wipe out our farm system, what are we going to have for the future?
It's going to look like the Eagles.
Well, you know, but I think there's a lot of young talent on the big squad now.
Yeah.
You know, you got guys that are 25 and under in 6 or 7 of the starting positions. So I mean, that says a lot about the kids who came through the system. But you know, it's if you want to win now, you got to give up something to win now, and it could be Rafael Devers, or they won't give up Benintendi or Moncada for sure. I don't see them getting rid of either of those guys. But I think anybody else is fair bait if somebody wants them. All right, so that's it. Yeah, we hope the pitching gets better, that's for sure. Thanks for listening.